That's just not what I would name a furniture company.
Yeah.
But it's probably a wonderful furniture company. Talking to leaders across the country on the salespeople that they're helping, and it always surprises me when a salesperson or anybody will start giving their excuses. So you have this negative dialogue inside of all of us, and it connects with the other negative dialogue inside of all of us, and it's a constant battle to change that internal dialogue to positive and be aware and authentic. So to give you an example, got a sales guy somewhere in the country, and he's doing terrible, right? So his excuses were A, B, and C. This is why. It's the territory, it's the people, this is what happens in them, it's what happens in all of them. So he's got excuse A, it's the territory, excuse B, it's the businesses he's going into in that part of the country, right? Like they're different. And they're the next territory over in the same state, the person's ripping it out of the frame. I mean, and people have torn out of the frame in that territory. I mean, it's they got the excuses A, B, and C. And then the C is always what's happening to them, right? Like I got, this person died, or, I couldn't make my house note and I'm getting foreclosed on. B, C, and you always get into those excuses where it's what's happening to them, their personal life. And it's almost like this stuff's happening to me. I can't pay my mortgage because the territory, because these businesses are this way or whatever. And so I'm talking to this leader who is helping him, right? And the leader's telling me the problems this guy's going through. And I said, well, great, let's just pull up the reports on your whole team and let's walk through them. And so we start walking through a couple months of reporting, and I get the reports on how often and much they're tying into the system, the training part of the system. So how much they are investing in additional training to get better at what they're doing, okay? And I took a look at this guy and guess how much he was investing in getting better. 0! He's failing miserably and not making money, but he refuses. All the blame is external. This happens to me, this happens to me, this happens to me, but he's not doing a damn thing to change it himself by investing in himself and getting better at his craft. If you want to get better at anything and quit blaming everything, you have the choice: blame or get better. Blame or get better. And better starts internally, right? You have to focus on your growth. So I took a look at this, and I'm talking to this leader, and this leader's telling me, well, his powers get shut off, or he's foreclosed on this, and now, he's losing this, and they're coming. All that's true. All that is easily fixable. Those are just symptoms of a deeper problem, right? If you're getting foreclosed on, that's a symptom of a deeper sickness. Does that make sense? As I'm talking to this leader, I just teach him how to walk through those reports and look at the numbers, look at what's actually happening. And when you look at what's actually happening, and then you can talk to the person. Okay, so we have this training that's live every other week, and this person hadn't been on it in months. And so I talked to the leader and I said, well, hey, when he's talking about, our goal in life is not to get rid of that salesperson. It's to actually help them become aware enough so that they can choose to succeed. Okay? And so helping the leader on that understand how to talk to them. That's what I spent my morning doing, and helping them understand, because it's a sticky situation. If somebody says, well, my house is getting foreclosed on, you can't go, well, that's your fault, you dumbass. You can't do that. You have to help them understand that they can make different choices, and when they make different choices and they choose to grow themselves and get better, it won't change overnight, but it will change their circumstances. The wolves will not be at the door. And I know this because I went through it. I lived with the wolves in my house and at the door and forever for 10 years before I realized it. Then it took another 5 of consistent effort for everything to change. Nothing happens short term, baby. Short term things don't last. Just ask all of our friends in the cryptocurrency. I know it's going to be the wave of the future. I get it. I've got a little myself, but there's nothing that's a get rich quick long term, man, because there is a law of reciprocity. You are only going to get back to the same extent that you sowed or pumped into something or worked hard at something. You don't want it to be quick. You don't want it to be easy, because if it was, then it wouldn't be available for the hard workers. It would be available to everybody. All right, I'm getting my car washed. How you doing, sir? What's up, man? I want the, thanks, bro. Probably this. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Full service wash, I guess, or which one's better? Super wash? Yeah, super wash, no wash. The keys are in the front seat. Thanks, man.
Hey.
I've always wanted one since I was a little boy, and so now I've got this one. His name's Thor. He's the most cuddly one out of the 10 puppies that was born. Yeah, he's the biggest. Like, he outweighs all the other puppies by probably 30%. Like crazy bigger. And he's the loveliest one too. Like, he just wants to lay on you. His dad's name is Titan, and yeah, it's a great name, right? And all his dads, the first time I ever met his dad would just come up and stand in there and just lay over on me. Like, he's just a sweet dog. Really cute. He's like 120 pounds, his dad, but his dad was 170 pounds. Like, that's ginormous. Yeah. Anyway, okay, thank you for this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my brand. I'm the man who built this city, knowing how to work with Zen. I'm a different breed of human. Ask any soul that met me. I could change the way you think. All you gotta do is let me open your mind and let the new times flow in. They send the vibes and they tell the man to go in. I tell the people, don't you ever get confused. I could work to own the jets, but still don't got a thing to lose. It's one life, yeah, and one day. It's one life, yeah, and one day. It's one life, yeah, and one day. One life, one day. It's one life, yeah, and one day. It's one life, yeah, and one day. It's one life, yeah, and one day. Yeah. One life, one day.